How the Barkan Method Hot Yoga Online Teacher Training Program works. If you're looking to become a yoga teacher, you're already a yoga teacher and you want to continue your education, or you're a yoga student, you don't care about teaching, but you want to immerse yourself in the subject of hot yoga, then doing this training could be a life-transforming experience. So I'm going to give you a behind-the-scene day in the life, actually a day in the week. It's going to take you about 5 to 6 hours a week. And it's an 8-week course, but you have up to 12 weeks to complete it. But one of the beauties of doing an online course, it's on your own schedule.
That works for me.
Now, let's dive right in, because one of the most important aspects of any teacher training program is knowing the postures inside and out. Let's take a look at standing head to knee. So this is what the tutorial on the online teacher training program course looks like. It's going to be a video. We're going to take it from beginning. So here's a shot of the beginning position where I talk about the grip. I talk about the position of your upper knee, talk about the standing leg. I don't like to use the word locked. I like to use the word straight to keep that standing leg nice and solid so the foundation is set. Then we continue on to the intermediate level where you start kicking that leg out and show you the mantra, shoulders down, arms extended. You're going to get so much more information that you're going to find on YouTube because now this is in a linear fashion. You're going to learn from the beginning step all the way through to the advanced step. Then we get to the end where it's time for you to drop your elbows down and your head to the knee. And now your mantra changes. Now it's keeping the upper quadricep muscle engaged, letting the shoulders, elbows drop, and the head touches the knee. It's a famous saying, teach what you know. After you graduate from the Barkan Method online teacher training course, you're going to know everything that you need in every single posture to properly and responsibly communicate that information to your students. So this is what standing head to knee looks like. Before we continue on, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Any questions or comments, put them down below. I'm happy to get back to you. If you're interested in some more information about the teacher training program, I put a link in the description below. Process is simple. Fill out the application. We'll schedule a Zoom call. I'll give you even more of a personal preview of what the course looks like. Now back to the posture tutorials. A lot of times people will be in a position that's wrong and you have to recognize it. I'm going to help you to train your eye to see if somebody's doing a posture wrong and how to fix it. Let's take a look at standing bow, for example. Standing head to knee, standing bow are two of my favorite poses. Here's a picture. This is going to be a video, but I freeze framed it. Here's a picture of Janice holding her foot wrong. And I say this to all my teacher training people. You can say the most perfectly, beautifully, and poetically put together words to your students, or you can, if you're in the Barkan world, recite the dialogue perfectly. But if the student is holding their foot wrong, you're not giving them any help. You're not helping them at all. So I'm going to show you why almost every single brand new student, if they're new to the hot yoga world, they're going to hold their foot wrong in standing head to knee. We're going to show you how they hold it wrong and how to fix it. Once they hold it right, we continue on to go once again from beginning to advanced, all the way through to the final position. Tutorials, modifications, amplifications are absolutely essential. And when you take the Barkan Method online course, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from soup to nuts. Standing bow is definitely one of my most passionate poses. This is an example of what you're in store for. Now, once you sign up for the Barkan Method online course, you have lifetime access. It's on your computer forever. If I had videos of my teacher teaching me 30, 40 years ago, it would be gold for me. That's why I'm granting you lifetime access. What did I say about if somebody can't balance for more than 5 seconds in standing head to knee? What did I say about how the person's holding wrong in standing bow? Who's Goraksha and why is he so important to Hatha Yoga? Which, if you are a Barkan teacher training graduate, you should know the answer to that question, by the way. But I'm granting you lifetime access to have it on your computer forever. Now, at the end of each week, you're going to have a homework assignment. You're going to send me a video. You'll have 8 homework assignments for each of the 8 weeks. And then you'll receive back from me video feedback. So I'm going to coach you and guide you every step of the way to teach you to be the best communicator that you can be. So let's head back into the course and show you what that's like. You're going to video yourself teaching. You can either teach a couple friends. If you don't have any friends, doesn't matter. You can put down a couple empty mats. I want to see them and I want to see you in the video. And I'm going to help you and coach you to find your own authentic voice. You can know the postures. You can know the timing. but to understand and communicate those words so people will hear you. So you actually get the student's ear. And that's what I'm going to help you find. And all the different voices you can see here on the PowerPoint. Your teacher voice is different than the conversation voice, different than the explanation voice, different than the coaching or encouragement voice. Then there's the Shakti voice. Now we're on the floor. You're not going to sound the same when you're teaching Shavasana that you are when you're teaching balancing stick or balancing staff pose. Your voice changes because we need, that's the last, second to last bullet point on this slide, variety of tone, so that you're not just having a variety so you're interesting. You're having a variety of tones so you can get the student's ear. That's the key to communication. And then the fifth vinyasa, because the Hot Yoga online course covers the Barkan Method Hot Yoga class, fifth vinyasa energy is a little different than the first. So we're going to talk about all the different voices. And a little different than the Bikram world, I don't want you to copy word for word. I don't want you to memorize it word for word. I want you to find your own words. Calculate your own words. That's how we did it in the old days. Me and Tony Sanchez and Emmy Cleese. We calculated our own words based on our personality. And that's what I encourage my students to do. It's a little tougher at first, but once you're able to grasp the information, know all the information that's needed to communicate that particular pose, then we need to find your own authentic sound. And that's what I'm an expert in helping you find. So after your 8th homework assignment, you will receive your certificate if you're going for your 200-hour or 300-hour, depending on the option that you have. So after your 8-week assignment is finished, you are done. And the homework assignments are one of my favorite part of the course. Along with being certified in every posture in the 26 and 2 Bikram flow, you'll also be certified to teach the Barkan Method Hot Vinyasa class. There's a famous saying, teach what you know. How are you going to know the sequence if you're not used to, if you've never practiced before? I created what's called a sequence drill. And in the sequence drill, I have a person in the middle, and I'm directing them for all the transitions. This is how you learn the flow. You can play the sequence drill 8, 9, 10 times a day, and how you can guide your future students in the Barkan Method Hot Vinyasa flow. Let's take another sneak peek into the course and see what that's like. So the sequence drill, you would never teach this way, but this is how you learn the flow. These are just the transitions. So here's Elisa, a Barkan teacher. She's in the center. I'm telling her to do a half moon back bend. Then I have her go forward into a forward bend. Then I have her bring her left leg back because we're on the left side to a runner's lunge. So now you go through the sequence drill as much as you want, 2, 3, 4 times a day, so you can learn the sequence, learn the transitions. Now, the 5 vinyasas are over, then what? The second part of the balancing postures, the second part of the class, which many of the postures are from the Bikram world. Some of them are not. This is recorded in Costa Rica, by the way. That's why there's the waterfall there. And Joe and Morgan, also senior Barkan teachers, are demonstrating what to do. For eagle pose, for example, arms overhead, right arm under the left. And there they are in eagle pose. So we go through all the balancing postures, then we get to the floor poses and all the different floor poses that are in the sequence so you can learn the flow. And in the Barkan method, we have different choices at the end of the day. We don't just do cobra, locust, full locust bow, fixed from half tortoise, camel, rabbit every day. We do almost more like Vishnu Ghosh, Bikram's teacher, where we will highlight different areas of the body. One day we may do hip openers. Another day we'll do more back bends. So we can dive deeper into those body areas to create more of an effective release. So this is a little sequence drill preview. What's in store for you when you sign up for the Barkan Method online hot yoga teacher training course. So I've been certifying hot yoga teachers since the late 1980s. In 2003, I started the Barkan Method hot yoga trainings. But in 2020, I started the Barkan Method online course, which is by far the most comprehensive course I've ever created. I wanted to share with you some Barkan Method graduate testimonials. This is the homepage for the online teacher training program course. The first testimonial that comes up is from Anne-Marie, who's from Iceland. And she says, Jimmy, I want to tell you how grateful I am for choosing the teacher training program. You develop not only an excellent practice, but really teach us how to teach, because I believe that's my expertise, is to help you to be the best communicator that you can be. And she states that People come up to her saying that she's the best yoga teacher they've ever had, and she says she attributes that greatly to me and the Barkan method. Scrolling down, another one of my favorite testimonials is from Krista Lynn. Krista Lynn is a college history professor in Indiana, and she says, having the opportunity to undertake the training has impacted my teaching, not only as a yoga teacher, but also as a college professor. When to transition from the authentic voice to the conversation tone. And we talked about that before in the homework assignment video. We have to understand, we have to have a variety of tones so we can get the student's ear. And that's what I'm going to help you to find so that you become your most authentic self. Now, here's an interesting factoid. This is also on the website. The National Institute of Mental Health states that the fear of public speaking is the most common phobia ahead of death, spiders, and even heights, and it affects about 73% of the population. People come to my teach train program. A lot of times they're very self-conscious. They are very nervous when it's time for them to stand up and talk in front of people. That's what I'm going to help you overcome, get over, take the tension off of yourself and on to your students. And that's what I'll help guide you to get yourself off that self-consciousness. And then we have other testimonials from all over the world, from Hungary, from Switzerland, from Finland. So once again, I invite you to join the Barkan Method online teacher training course and join a global community. You're still going to have access to a live format because a couple times a month, we have a live session on Zoom. Put them in gallery view. People will log in from all over the world, from Iceland, from Hungary, from Australia, participants in the course and past graduates in the course. It's a great way to connect to the Barkan Method worldwide community of yoga teachers. Yoga history is a big passion of mine, and we're going to go over from the beginning of time, beginning of yoga, all the way through to present day time, and how the transition happened, how we went more from a spiritual intention to more of a postural or physical intention as we transition into modern day times. You're also going to get over 6.5 hours of yoga anatomy and how it applies to the body in a yoga posture. In addition, I created a course within the course, which I don't even teach in the live teach train programs. It's a meditation course. So I teach you the various techniques in the beginning of the session, and then we finish with a guided meditation. At the end of the 8 weeks, you turn in your last homework assignment. If you're not a yoga teacher, you will receive a 200-hour yoga certification. If you're already a 200-hour teacher, you will take the 300-hour option and you'll get a 300-hour certificate, 500-hour status. And once again, if you're just a student, you want to immerse yourself in the subject, you have lifetime access. Process is simple. Click on the link below. We'll take you to the landing page, fill out the application. We'll set up a personal Zoom call. I'll answer any questions that you may have and go over all the pricing options. We'd love to have you join the worldwide hot yoga Barkan family. So that's our episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Any questions, concerns, put them down below. I'm happy to get back to you. If you want to learn all about hot yoga, tutorials, flows, factoids, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye, everyone.